So here we are in the shooting range in Rogue Company, and we are going to be experimenting with these dual boyers just a little bit. So we are going to run up over here to Ronin, and as you can see here, ADSing it, you're doing 7 to 10 damage depending on if you hit the head or the body. Same with hip fire, but it is a little bit, the fire rate does change dynamically, right? So if you hip fire it, it shoots much faster. If you ADS it, it shoots much slower. But it still has the same damage output, which is very interesting because you think that if it shot slower in those slower moments, that it would have a higher damage output. So as you can see here, the rare upgrade increases the magazine size, the epic increases the hipfire accuracy, and the legendary decreases the reticle bloom for the weapon. So if we level this up to legendary, we're still doing the same 7 damage. We're doing 5 at that. It is a little bit more consistent. The hip fire, I mean, it's all over the place, right? And it's almost impossible to control. We've got 60 bullets, so both weapons are firing simultaneously, and with it firing simultaneously, it is consuming the ammo at the same rate, right? The biggest thing that I think that's going to make this weapon extremely overpowered is the same thing that makes most of the weapons extremely overpowered in Rogue Company: replenish. Because you're just going to be able to run through people. If you get up within 5 meters of somebody and you just continue to shoot, there's nothing stopping you. So I think that that's very interesting. So let's swap over to Umbra here and let's get the dual boyers back and get the legendary version of Gunsmith. So we were doing 7 to 10 damage at 10 meters and 5 damage at 20 meters. So we're doing 8 damage and 11 damage right there. So it seems like that first fall off threshold is a little bit closer than most of the SMGs. We're doing 6 damage and 8 damage at the 20 meter mark. At 30 meters, we're doing 5 and 7, so Umbra is going to be really good with these things. So it seems like that's the last fall off threshold right there. So this 6, 5. So I'm assuming that if we line up here with this dude,
move here.
He's 20 meters. 6, 6, 6. So it seems like 20. Yeah, 27 meters is where that last damage fall off comes in. So if we swap back to Chalk, this is something that I've been tinkering with, and I kind of showed this on stream the other night. So you have 2 fire rates, right? You have hip fire, you have the ADS, but as you can see, if you hip fire, there's a weird moment to where the fire rate maintains itself, right? So if you are going to be playing this game with like a mouse and keyboard or even a controller and you're able to master this, then you can get that hip fire rate with the ADS. You just have to basically in and out with it, right? So like this. I mean, is that broken? I don't know. Is that exactly viable? I don't know, because I mean, you, like I said, you can seamlessly transition, and as you transition, so the fire, but it takes like a second or two for that fire rate to come down, right? So essentially, if you're hip firing the weapon, see, and it does it on the way out too. So if you do it fast enough where it doesn't catch it, where the fire rate change doesn't initiate, then you're able to basically exploit the weapon to the fullest extent. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure how viable something like that is, but that is a thing that is currently in the game with how they perform now. So for the dual boyers as a whole, like, do I like these weapons? Do I feel like I'm going to enjoy playing these weapons? I mean, sure, it's a new SMG because we know we don't have enough SMGs in the game currently. You know, it would have been great if we would have got an LMG or another sniper rifle or another DMR or another shotgun at this point. But no, we were getting another SMG in the game, and it's a dual wield SMG. And do I like this? I don't think that ADSing dual wielding weapons is a good idea. That's just kind of where I'm at with it, right? I don't feel like in any game that I've ever played, you've been able to ADS dual wielding weapons unless you're playing a single player game. Unfortunately, Rogue Company is not a single player game. It is a multiplayer game. And I don't think that like ADSing dual wielding weapons is a good idea, even if the fire rate changes. Like that to me makes it something where it's like, you're going to change fire rate, make it easier to control. It's still going to do pretty decent damage output. It's going to fire slower. You're not going to be consuming as much ammo. Like there's a lot of things that go into that idea. I think it's an interesting idea. I think it would have probably worked better on something like a light machine gun in the future, where you had something that fired faster whenever you were hip firing it, fired slower whenever you were ADSing it. Falls in line with how that reverse accuracy mechanic for light machine guns actually work in game. I just don't like the idea of ADSing akimbo or dual wielding weapons. I think that it would make more sense, and it would be better and add more creativity for the rogues and how people play the match if you were able to one trigger or one mouse button associated with the left hand side, the other one is associated with the right hand side. You have a 60 round mag or a 40 round mag at base, so you got 20 bullets in one, 20 bullets in the other. You can choose when you want to fire, which one you want to fire, etc., etc. I think that that would have been more interesting. I think that that would have been a more interesting play style. Also, one thing to note is like, this is the only SMG that whenever you crouch and you ADS, it actually increases the accuracy of the weapon. So whenever you are in a crouching stance and you ADS with the weapon, then it does allow that accuracy to tighten in just a little bit and to be a little bit more accurate. Don't know if that's going to play into the new character. Don't know how that's going to work in theory. It really doesn't make sense to me in Rogue Company for any weapons other than the light machine guns to become more accurate whenever you crouch, because there's not a prone stance in the game. At least right now, there's not a prone stance in the games. So there's no real benefit that you should have of crouching versus standing, except for people to exploit that. Like, I've seen a lot of people play, I've been watching a lot of people play, and whenever they're in gunfights, whether they're around cover or not, they're constantly bobbing up and down. Well, I wonder why. Because you're dipping down, you're grabbing that AR accuracy whenever you go on the dip, and then you're coming back up, and then, you know, it's supposed to be a counteractive measure, right, for players to use against some of the accuracy nonsense in the game. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's very interesting that they applied that same logic to this set of SMGs here. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to master them, you know, of course. I'm going to get in there and master them, try the character out, this, that, and the other. But I don't think that this is a good idea. I don't think this is the right direction for these SMGs. And I just don't feel like it's going to be fun to use them. Like, with the way the damage fall off works, with the low damage output that it actually does, I just don't see that it's going to be fun. I feel like it's going to be balanced, at least the way that they are in game right now, but I don't feel like it's going to be fun. You're basically combining the ejection with like the Ibex in some weird way, minus the burst feature. Like the Ibex being a niche weapon because it is a burst, this being a niche weapon because it's akimbo, but it just doesn't, it feels like it falls flat. You can't get the Ibex to work and to be a popular weapon. How are these akimbo, whenever you've got something in the game that does 16 damage, has the fastest fire rate in the game just about, and has no real range limitations, how is this going to compete with that? I don't think it's going to. I think people are going to drop in, they're going to get melted by the D40, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to swap back to the D40. That's where I am with it. Unless they do some major overhauls to the way that the SMGs are. And I know that we can't go too crazy with that because we don't want to upset the populace, you know. But unless there's some significant changes to the SMGs, this is going to, I feel, fall into obscurity just as along with the rest of them, just with the ibex, with the objection, and that's kind of where I'm at with it. But be sure to let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Are you excited about these weapons? Are you just excited about a new weapon coming into the game? What are your thoughts on the ADSing akimbo weapons? Do you feel like it's a good thing or a bad thing? What would you prefer overall as a way to kind of supplement how these SMGs currently work in game? Be sure to give me your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you are interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Please do. Oh, almost had him. Damn. Didn't even get a bullet on you. Like, did not even get a bullet on you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The objection is pretty fucking nuts right now.
There's two in this corner right here.
That somebody had to be right behind the Lancer as I go to hop the wall. Let me get Stalker. I was trying to save for bounce back, but fuck it, dude. Am I really about to die here?
Yeah, they're all behind. That's why I haven't pushed
Yeah.
up.
I choked really bad just then though. Like I seriously just like fucking froze, I guess.
Reinforcements remaining. Enemies have 5 lives left. Keep up the pressure.
No. No. Please. I'm spawning right in front of him. That's what I wanted. ETV turtles, what are you doing?
I got you.
Oh.
How does that down me? Okay. Sure.
Objective lost.
I mean, we can give them the round.
I'm just dragging him down.
They're out of lives. Objective secure. Enemies eliminated. Let's get it back. You need more training. Requesting aid. I'm down.
Bounce back didn't hit fast enough. Come on, bounce back. Damn, TV. Turtle, turtle. Spitfire's accurate once you upgrade it. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
I was not expecting that.
Objective acquired.
God, you gotta hate me. Spitfire!
Oh, behind us. There's two behind us.
Objective secured. Send it. Administering aid. Keep up the pressure.
I'm gonna let him cap the point. Try to extend it.
I mean, I can go kill myself right now. I hear a dart. Good job, turtles.
Oh, I fell off the map for real.
Yeah, this guy's gotta hate my ass.
Enemies are out of reinforcements. Enemies have the objective. Get it back. Out of lives. Make it count.
Oh.
Another contract.
I mean, I was trying to extend it out, but no.
Now they were losing, dude.